You have done the journaling, the affirmations, the rituals, the mindset work, the action steps, but the result still feel inches away, still feel not quite there yet. And here is the truth that nobody is telling you. Your manifestation is not broken, but the frequency behind your action is. You're doing all the right things, but you're doing from the same identity that created your current reality. So what happens? You keep creating what you don't want, just with prettier vision boards. Manifestation is not just mindset. It's not about believing harder. It's physics. It's collapsing potential thoughts into matter. And tuning the fork for that collapse is your identity. Think of this. You can't drive to a new reality while your GPS in the car is still attuned to the older destination. And what most people do? And what most people do? They're hustling from the broken address. Let me show you what I exactly mean. So think of two coaches, okay? Coach A and Coach B. Both the coaches have been given the exact strategy, word by word, email templates, launch strategy, what to say, the pre-launch email, the post-launch email, the funnels, everything is exactly word by word the same strategy. One coach makes 4,000 in the launch, and the other one does 400,000. What is the difference? What happened there? The difference is not the strategy because it was all word by word. The difference is who they were being at that point. So if you think of one of the person, right, who attended, let's say you attended both the launches. Now, when you were in the first one and you were listening to the masterclass, you were listening to the coach A, you felt that something was off. They were saying those words, but they didn't land the same way. They didn't make you feel in your body the same way where you were like, you know what? I want to sign up. I want to work with this coach. I really feel this is the right thing for me. We make decisions based on emotions, and those emotions are based on what really resonated with us. So when that person is saying all the right words, doing all the right things on paper, the missing piece is the energetics, which is the frequency behind who they were being at that point in time. So our words only say 8%. So the power of our words is only 8%, 92% is energetics. So even before they started the masterclass, their energy was screaming loud and you could hear it. You probably didn't even know what was off, but you didn't just feel like signing up with them and you don't know why. Maybe some people just dropped off. But on paper, they were doing everything right. When it comes to Coach B, they really saw themselves as a millionaire. They saw themselves leading people, moving people. They had the conviction. They knew they can. They knew that they can change life, while the coach A was wondering if it's possible, was wondering, can I hide behind the words so that I don't have to really shift my beliefs? Can I just say those things without really truly believing? And while they were saying all those things, their energy was screaming, it's not true. How many times you start to see like some people are selling, right? And while they are selling, their energy dips. They feel that like they're doing something wrong. They're taking other people's money. Maybe what they're offering is not good enough. And while they might be saying the right things, they have learned all the right frameworks and what to say and how to say, their energy doesn't match what they're saying, right? So the key here is who you are being. And when you be that, you don't need 10 million strategies. You don't need to try one thing after the next. Whatever you do works because of not what you say, not what the template you use, but because of who you are being at that point. So when you want to attract a lot of money, do you actually believe that earning money is easy? Do you believe that it can come to you effortlessly and you can command money without having to hustle, without having to question or doubt your worth? Because if you don't believe that, how would you operate from that identity who would attract millions? Right? So identity is first, because your actions stem from that identity. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are the reflection of who you are being. Think of the identity of a mother. A mother is naturally attuned to her child's needs. She would wake up in the morning. She would take care of the child. She would even know in the middle of her sleep if the child needs something. She would wake up. Why? Why is it that nobody else can do that as well as her? Because it's the identity that is making her do, that is making those things easily doable, even when those things are so hard. And we know that she still ends up doing them every single day, right? So these identities dictate how you think, how you believe, how you behave, what you feel, all of that. Even dictate what kind of opportunities you attract. They even dictate what kind of opportunities you focus on, because your reticular activation system is only focusing, which is the filter of your brain, on the things that are aligned with your identity, with you, who you believe, who you are. So when that coach A is launching, are they launching from the energy of proving something? Are they seeking the validation from how many people are going to sign up? Or they're saying, I'm expressing myself because I am here to do the greatest expression of who I am. I am leading people with devotion, not trying to prove, but from power, from personal power, because this is who I am. And when you start to really erect the identity, everything falls into place. And I'm telling you this from a person who tried 8 different strategies and none of them worked. And a point comes after the first few that I used to assume automatically that my strategy is not going to work. And while I was trying to work on that one, I would start looking for the next one and the next one. And I would already assume it's not going to work. And it took so much hard work because every strategy took so much time, so much effort. But when I stumbled on the identity piece, all of a sudden, I realized that I had this desire. I want to do this. I want to try that. I want to do this thing. What if I do that? What if I? It was so natural. And when I looked back and see how the dots connected, it was a full-blown strategy. But the strategy was birthed from me. It emerged from me. So when your identity is right, the idea moves you itself. A lot of people think that action is actually the thing that will give you the results, but action is the final layer. The way you are thinking and the way you're feeling, you will act the same way. And people will pick your energy. People will see what you really believe. You can literally open a Facebook profile, open an Instagram profile, and you will exactly know what that person's energy is just by looking in their eyes, just by looking at their picture. They don't even have to try that much. It screams at you. You enter the room, your energy screaming. That's why when sometimes we enter the room and we feel like something is off. I don't feel that good. Why? Because the energy is off. So energetics are running the show. Energetics are everything, and they come from your identity, who you are being at that point in time. So the key to master the action, when we call it inspired action, which comes from your spirit, inspired, which comes from the core of who you are, from the essence of your being, from the spiritual side of you, which is perfect. What we start to do is we first decide, who am I being at this point? Am I being the version of me who is hustling his or her way to success? Am I trying to prove something? Am I trying to seek validation that I feel I'm not good enough, but the results, when they're going to show me, I'll feel better about myself? Or I'm coming from the version of me who is already that, who is not trying hard to believe, who is not trying harder to do it. When we try harder, we are making up for the gap in our identity and who we are being. And what we are saying is, who I'm being is not enough. Do I need to push? I need to try harder. And that's when we start trying harder, which leads to burnout, which leads to creating more of the same. So there are 3 powerful steps when it comes to inspired action. The first is identity. Who are you being? What kind of version are you showing up as? What is your belief? Is your belief matching the person who has already done it? What is your conviction? What is your energy? How strong you are in what you're saying. Do you believe from the core what you're selling or what you're doing is the greatest thing on the planet? The second thing is your frequency, checking in with your frequency. Am I taking this action as a dopamine hit that I'm not doing enough, so I need to quickly do something so that I feel better, I feel safer? Because the people who I used to be very much like, so I can really relate, the people who act from I need to constantly hustle, I need to constantly work harder. Actually, their nervous system feels safe when they're hustling, when they're working harder. So they're not really seeking success, they're seeking safety in working hard, in hustling all the time. Even when they're free, they can relax, they can come up with inspired ideas. They are still wondering, why am I not doing enough? Because doing enough, hustling equals safety for your nervous system. Okay. And the third thing is alignment. Then you act from that place. Then action is normal. It's natural. Like in my situation, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just had this feeling, I really want to do that. And I really want to try that. What if I do this? Oh, yes, this opportunity has come up. Let me just go for it. And as I was just doing what I felt like, what my heart desired, I executed a full blown strategy and it worked. And when people ask me, how did it work? I look back and said, oh, I did it. So the quantum leaping is not that you're saying I'm quantum leaping and I see myself leaping and it's leaping and it's more like when you leaped, you realize, oh, I did it. Like Steve Jobs says, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect looking backward. You have to trust that the dots somehow will connect in the future. So when you do it, you say you did it. You realize, oh, I executed a strategy. I executed the how, but I didn't even know how it happened. So you will only know how it happened when you did it. This is the beauty of quantum leaping. But with the right identity, you're going in the right address. You have put in the right address in the GPS of your car. Is the path of least resistance. It's the minimum, effortless, natural, I feel like it way, which is so beautiful. So before you are going after something, instead of thinking how I shall do it, because that's a natural response, ask yourself, who do I need to be in this moment? Who do I need to be and show up like to become a match? Because the how you'll only know once you have did it. And in my next video, I'm going to show you, in my next session, I'm going to show you, okay. In my next session, I'm going to show you how to embody an identity within 10 minutes. So subscribe if you can't wait for it, because neither can I.